And now it's gonna be really fucking quiet. Florina would be Lynn's only friend. There was some development recently about them. I forget what it was about Lynn and Florina. Or rather, I forget the context in which it happened. It was like some developer statement, but I don't remember what it was. But it was like Lynn and Florina had like mild feelings for each other, or something like that. It was something like it was something like we would have put a gay ending for them if we could. It was some like literal lesbian bullshit. That's only barely implied in the game. Or I shouldn't even say implied, that's only barely indicated that it could be. Ooh. I wish I remembered because I remember being really shocked by it. Not like shocked. Fire Emblem 10 has a confirmed lesbian. Whoa! Breakthrough! Fuck your parry. Fire Emblem 10 has Heather. Fates is the first one. I shouldn't say the first. There's been questionably gay characters all over the place. There's usually like at least one gay character per game. You had Niles and what's her face recently. Rajat, I think. Damn, he didn't even get the first parry. You're still in a pretty awkward situation even after you parry that fireball because you're really minus. Because A, it's a meaty fireball, and B, it's 3 parries. So Akuma recovers way before you do. Niles and Rajat are pretty clearly by. Whoa. Reminder that if you marry Niles, you miss out on both fucking kids. And they're good kids, too. They punish you a lot for going for that marriage. But I understand. That air super is not good for much besides chipping out. But it's really great for chipping out. Kuma chips out like nothing. He's basically got a lot of borderline checkmate scenarios. And then a couple actual checkmate scenarios. With the KKZ and whatnot. Where you just can't get out of the way and you also can't parry it. The thing about KKZ that people don't talk about very often is actually only the first hit is unparryable. Nice. Oh, he went for it. I think Tatsu sees through there, but he might have been too far away. Ooh. Yeah. Even if Ken got a bunch of those parries, which wasn't too hard, Akuma could rush in and either grab him or hit him low or something like that. Mess him up. Remember that Awakening had a literal eunuch? I don't think they say it anywhere in the game, but I think the developers have confirmed it. What's his face? Exilus is a bit androgynous. And then when you actually I think they say he for him. But apparently he's you know, fixed. Akuma gets a combo out of DP into super, but if the super connects on the ground, I don't think he can pick up. Unlike Ryu. Ryu gets a combo if he gets a super on a grounded opponent, and then gets a bigger combo if he does DP into super. It all depends on the opponent. Different opponents bounce off in different ways. Akuma's fireball super is a lot faster than Ryu's. It also is taller and has more hits. I think the damage is lower, but it could just be that Akuma can't combo into it without scaling. Look at the shared ending between Joshua and Garrick in Fire Emblem 8, and tell me they're not fucking. Whoa, he wanted Palm, I suppose. I don't know, that was weird. Let's half circle back kick. How'd he get that? Maybe a stand short palm, but like I don't think you need the stand short there. And it should only have been a quarter circle. I don't know. I don't know how Yun works. None of this shit makes sense to me. No super. It was good there. I played a long side of this game with Kihara today off stream, and I played a lot of Shotos. I wouldn't like that strike that much if not for Oro. Oh, I think Yan can just dash punch there. This is a super good Akuma. Anyway, I was playing a lot of Ken today. And I get low short super every time. I nail that shit. I can do that confirm pretty well. I get the execution right most of the time, like almost all the time. And I get the actual confirm portion of it. Like I only do the 2 low shorts on block, but I do everything on hit. I do that no problem. Who's the kid who's not Gaius in Fates? What's his name? Asugi. You can have him marry Midori. Forget her name. It might just be Midori. I feel like it's 4 syllables though. You can have him marry his first cousin. Kaze and Saizo are brothers, and you can have their kids marry. And you can have them both marry sisters in Hinoka and Sakura, and then their children can still marry, even though they're double first cousins. In fact, Azura's like your first cousin, isn't she? You can fuck her. Um, uh, on both the Nora and Hoshido sides, the sisters are real sisters. They're half siblings with. No, wait, no, I'm not sure. They're not related to you at all. None of them are actually related to you. But I thought they were related to each other. Like, fully. I don't know about... No, I think on Norian's side they aren't. Yeah. That was a Dashin Demon. That was purely for style. He had chip out scenarios for days there. He couldn't kill with one block super though, so he had to do like an air super into like a blocked round super or something. Air super, another air super. Lucina can marry a cousin, if memory serves. Or maybe it's not Lucina who can. No, yeah. Lucina's cousin is, well, none of the kids technically marry, but I think they can get S rank relationships. I don't remember if Lucina can get one with Owain. I feel like she can't. But you can have other kids be first cousins and hook up. But like if you marry like if you marry Lissa, then your Morgan is a girl that's Lissa's. And if Crom marries anyone who gives him a son, like Maribel, then your Morgan and that um what's his name? What's fucking Maribel's kid? They're first cousins and they can hook up. Ooh, damn, he's good at that. Oh, I was messing that up all day today while I was playing Ken. I didn't get the low strong. I got it like one time. Usually I didn't roll fast enough, or the times I went for the link I missed it. I usually got the confirm, like I only pulled the trigger on the hit and not on the block. No, it was like 50-50 to be honest. I wasn't even getting that part. That one's hard. That's Ken's best confirm though. I don't know. The real strength of Ken's confirms is that he's got a bunch of them. Low strong wouldn't be a great confirm on its own. I mean, hell, fucking Elena can confirm out of her low strong. That was a really smart decision. Believe it or not, Akuma had a hard time doing damage that fast, that far away. Ken's hard DP recovers decently fast, and Akuma had a good amount of ground to cover. If he walked close enough to get a low roundhouse, he probably could have done it. But it was close. I never really thought about it, but if you have Crom marry the random woman, that's the only possible configuration that Lucina can be an only child. That's a cute little Easter egg. Crom's gotta marry and have a kid for the fucking game to even like make any sense. Ooh. And he's got 5 potential wives. 4 of the players are male. And ooh, that's punishable. That was actually not even that good of a punish. Surprised he didn't go for like a jump strong fierce Gane, but I guess he was like absolute full screen. So he might not have wanted, like, that's like the worst possible screen position to have. I don't think Yan can do anything to get through that. A lot of things that go through fire or under fireballs won't go under Akuma's big ass fucking super fireball. That's no. FE7 is Lin and Ellawood. FE4 was no, 5 was Thracia, I think. What was 4? Mystery that no. What the fuck was 4? I think Super Nintendo. Genealogy. One is the one with Marth. 2 is a Gaiden that's the same universe, I think, but like um follows different characters. Ooh, that confirm. And that's the one with Alm, I think. And then 3 is Marth again. It's just the like same characters as FE1, but later on. And then 4 and 5 are like plot related. I think they're same universe. And then 6 was the one with Roy on GBA. And 7 was the first one that made it over here. That's just 20 years prior to 6. 8's its own little universe. 9 and 10 are the ones with Ike. It's an interquel. Like Lion King 1.5 or whatever. Whoa, get thrown, nerd. Super meter works a lot differently in rounds like this where you got 3 out of 5. Fire Emblem Awakening is a remake of 1. Fire Emblem 15 is a remake of 2. Fire Emblem 12 is a remake of 3. 13 is Awakening, 14 is Fates. Show me anti-air KKZ. It's actually hard as fuck to do that. You need to anti-air something like a fucking Necro Drill. KKZ is beyond slow, and the motion takes a long time to do. It's like hard to do KKZ quickly, to be honest. Technically speaking, KKZ is a true anti-air. In that you can't do anything to get out of the way. Or like, you not get hit. Akuma's fully invincible, and what the fuck? I don't like when people do that. I'm pretty sure Ken could have held up forward. I don't actually know. I don't even know if Aura would be able to hold up forward at that distance. You have to be like kind of far away from Akuma to be able to make it over the fireball by holding up forward. Oro can jump back and then jump forward. Ew. Yeah, he tried to hold up forward. He didn't have a good play there, I don't think. He might have been able to fucking jump back coward copter or something. Or jump back and, I don't know. If he jumped back, he would have landed on the fireball, even if he made it up successfully. Ooh. He had low short there, but stand strong was too slow, I think. I don't know. Stand close strong is like almost as fast as low short. Or it might even be as fast. Okay. They look... Oh, wow. They look the same, but we're using Ken's EX fireballs. Ken starts up a little bit slower, I think, and it recovers like pretty noticeably slower. I always forget that 13's there. You got Tiki. But then also, like, what's his face? There's a reference to Ike in 13. Although he might just be non-canon. which seems to indicate that that's the same universe as fucking 9 and 10, which doesn't even make any sense. Priam. The only Fire Emblem game that's fully not tied to any other game is Sacred Stones. I'd actually be super down for a Sacred Stones fucking sequel. Or prequel or anything. Hell, I'll take a remake of Sacred Stones, please. Awakening is the Sacred Stones remake, to be honest. Mechanically. Wake Up DP is truly invincible. I didn't even get all the hits he did it so early. That only would have been in like 4 parries or whatever. I could have should have gone for it. Which game does that? Is this an empty level up? One thing I really love about FE9 is that it's actually really important that your Ike get decent stats. Because there's a couple battles where you're basically forced to fight them as Ike. And so it became sort of like a pissing contest to who had the fucking shittiest Ike. So you can find like all these videos on the internet of like fucking level 15 Ike with 6 strength and whatnot. Hey, check it out, guys. My fucking Ike sucks bigger dick than your Ike. You don't need to do the Black Knight fight. You can just run. You miss out on a little bit of stuff. But you literally only have Ike and fucking Mist. And if you're like me and you didn't use Mist, she fucking doesn't even have a horse. And she's frail. Oh. Why'd he go for low short? Like, what the hell? Was that some kind of execution error? Was he trying to go for low something into fucking light up kicks? I don't think that works on Akuma. Pretty sure the play every time was fucking low strong dash punch. That was gonna kill him for sure. Oh, that's big damage. His starter was a bit awkward because he didn't cancel the stand medium kick, and then he dropped it. Gene lets you Kara a lot. It's not like one frame in Gene. Yeah, very nice combo. I think a raw activate was going to be good there. That dive kick was pretty awkward, actually. He could have died for that if that was parried. Could have been anti-air too. Ooh, the red. He ended up in a situation he didn't like, though. I don't know. It might just be any frame of any attack. Yeah, this is why you don't. That's why you don't usually see parries there. The parry's actually not too hard to get for the fireball in most instances. Oof, that was a risky DP. It's only a Jeb DP. I think Akuma's Jeb DP has a little bit more recovery than Ryu's and Ken's. Akuma usually has the slowest recovering DPs of every game he's in. Of all the Shotos, anyway. Ooh. I've seen players repeatedly Kara. I mean, the forward movement you do in Gene is repeatedly going between stand short and stand strong. And I can't ever believe that players are doing repeated Karas between 2 normals. One, because that doesn't work anyway. And 2, you wouldn't be able. You'd have to do it like fucking, 30 FPS smashing. I think it's really long. I think you just cancel any part of any attack with other attacks. or some nonsense. Any of the recovery frames or any of the startup frames or something. I think it's recovery frames. I don't think you can cancel startup. I think the attack has to actually whiff. I think the startup frame cancels work like normal Karas. I think that's it. But all recovery can just be canceled to other normals. Something like that. So when you're seeing short, strong, short, strong, short, strong, you're actually seeing a bunch of hitboxes. If you got in the way of that, you would get hit. Which is how I usually see it, so. Do we like Yun versus Chun-Li? I forget. He got far jab, but he wanted close jab. When he did far jab into far strong there, he was trying for the punch turret combo. I think you just get to... Stand short is really fast. It's like 3 frames. I think you just get to the... You like fully resolve the stand short, which moves you forward a little bit. And then you palm. It's quarter circle back, short into hard punch. But I don't think it requires a true palm. I mean a true Kara. That being said, it would work with a true Kara, so it might require that. It's so fucking easy to do a Kara off of stand short. It's like the easiest Kara button. Yun also has very little command overlap. His fucking kick buttons are off of a half circle. His kick specials are off a half circle and a DP. So you can easily Kara into... You can easily Kara quarter circle back or quarter circle forward and hit light kick and you won't get special moves. So you can do quarter circle forward, light kick, then light punch. And you won't get quarter circle forward, light kick, even though you should, because there isn't one. And therefore you can just do, you know, the full motion, then hit short to get the forward movement, then hit light punch to get the dash punch. And that's what Yuns do at the end of their KO ender. The end of their Geneijian meter build combo. Ooh. Oh. Elaine is not common in this game despite the fact that she's not too bad. That TC is real good, man. I've been playing Elena casually in this game. And that fucking TC is so nice. Strong fierce. It might be strong towards fierce. I just hold forward every time. A lot of air TCs require you to hold forward in this game. I don't know why. But that's like a very common motion. It'll be like towards short forward. Or towards short fierce. Well, it'll only require the forward for the second hit. Well, and it's pretty fun. She's got like she's got the tools to make callouts, but they're like little tiny callouts. It's like, oh, you're gonna throw? Here's my background house. You're gonna walk back, here's my down towards fucking what the hell was that? Here's my down towards roundhouse. Here's my light mallet smash. Or EX mallet smash. Here's my overhead, here's my car throw. She's got like a really nice little mix-up selection. Shitty ass confirm. You gotta be really fast for that confirm, but I can do it. Not well, not perfectly. But I usually get it. Ooh. She's got good jump callouts because she's got 3 different ways to hit you twice midair. At varying different angles and speeds. Well, maybe not varying different speeds. But she has a decent capacity to mess up your... Ooh, got it. Mess up your air parries. Stand strong is not a bad anti-air. You got your DPs as anti-airs. Anti-air parry into stand strong is very nice. Anti-air lows are good because she's got nice low hitboxes on a lot of stuff. Walk back low forward is fine. Walk back sweep is pretty good. Hell, walk back low strong is good. But the problem is nothing does any damage and also nothing combos. Most of her like combo options are locked behind parry. Whoa! I think he wanted that? I don't know. He did it almost. It almost looked like you could do another dash punch to pick her up going the other way. You have really easy combos with dash punches in Gene, but they add a lot of scaling, so most people don't go for them. But like, they're not bad actually. Well, they're not good. You usually wouldn't use them, but they're very reliable. Is what I meant to say. If you just need a little bit of damage before you kill the opponent. Or if you're just learning Yun. Well, if you're learning Yun, you should probably just learn the right-ass combos. But, you know. If you need like a pickup in a pinch, you know? Light dash punch in Gane is pretty fucking nice. Usually when people just need any combo that'll kill, depending on how far away they are, they'll either do medium kick loops or medium shoulder loops. I like seeing both of those. Medium shoulder loops are like baby's first Gane combo. They're not that weak. They're not great. But they're so easy to learn. It's literally like activate, like stand strong, stand fierce, medium shoulder, repeat. Palm loops use stand strong towards fierce as the activate route. Ooh, this is beefy. Huh? Did he want that? Ender, he wanted a close forward going the other way. But he got far forward. This sounds quite good. He's above average compared to even the other Yuns we see in these videos. Oh, he went for it. That was a attempted car palm. Nice low dive kick. He got parried but didn't even get punished. Oh, that was it. He didn't even take it. No, he took it. That can't have been a combo, right? See, that can happen. If you do quarter circle forward, light kick into light punch, and your motion is a little funky, you'll get light punch and light kick together if you mess up your Kara. Most people hate Chun-Li more, even though Yun is like honestly like pretty equally cancerous. Chun-Li is better at destroying low tiers, so she's a bigger reason that there's not more character variety. She's also a lot easier to play. There's a little bit of respect with Yun. It's like, well, at least he's hard. Oh, that was Dizzy. He had the kill there easy. This was Dizzy. Necro's meters are so short, it's refreshing. All three of his supers build so quickly. Shonen is more Unga. I mean, Yun has a bit more freedom to do whatever the fuck he wants, and you can't stop it. Chun-Li gives you a lot of time to do what you want, but none of it works. So I guess I would make Yun more Unga. To me, the definition of Unga is a character who does whatever they want and you can't stop them. Thought that was kind of far away. Very cool. Mid-screen combo, mid-screen ender. Ah. He went for it. I wonder with a shoulder combo if he would have been able to kill. Shoulder combos really aren't that strong. But he would have had a much easier route. He dropped the route he went for. I wonder if this is that same Akuma. That fucking... That confirm was nice. Oh, no! You see, if it was Oro, that fucking Akuma would be dead. Whiffing a hard DP in my face, I would have killed him. Favorably-ish. It can trade. It can win. Ooh, that meter was not consumed. The only cancerous thing about the command grab, I mean, Yun's a pretty strong character. Don't get me wrong. But the only really cancerous thing about the command grab is that um, he can do it during Gane. In fact, the only cancerous thing about Yun is that he has Gane at all. Yun without Gane is like a strong but fair character. He's like still high tier, but he's just Yang. Yang is strong but fair. And he's got a fucking dive kick and a command grab. Most people do Tatsu there, but he's doing red fireball. Less committal. But like, if the opponent parried and then hit a button, they would beat the red fireball. But I guess people are usually going for multiple parries because they're anticipating him to fucking do Tatsu. If you're gonna complain about Yang, you're gonna complain about the entire high tier. There's at least 5 characters better than Yang. Even if you're one of those fucking Yang is great kind of guys. A little too early. Yang is great. But there's at least 5 characters better than him. Yang is just the M-Bison of this game. I'm gonna do some chip damage to you, and also everything I have is safe. Yang's actually a really cool archetype for this game. He's like a better version of fucking Sean in that way. Well, it could be any low tier. I don't know why I picked Sean specifically. But the idea with, you know, what I'm getting at with Sean is that like once you like learn how to parry and pursue those parries, he like teaches you how to parry to force openings. But the problem is once you're parrying everything you can parry on reaction with Sean, starts being a really shitty character. Yang is still intact once you like he forces you to go for parries, but he's still intact once he's fighting a parrying opponent. And he's got a decent little way of blowing up parries. Not great, but decent. He's got EX Records where he can vary the timing, which won't work against all parry follow-ups. Maybe the opponent can still parry once and do something invincible, or still parry once and do something fast. I was thinking it might be. He's using fireballs the same way. A lot of Akuma's not like a super samey character. Different players find different ways to use him. And the way this guy uses fireballs is pretty unique. Ooh. I feel like that wasn't confirmed. While I was playing Ken today, I felt like I could tell. I always like kind of rolled my eyes whenever Ken players said that like low forward was confirmable to super. But I've been seeing a lot of people say it lately, and like playing Ken, I kind of felt like I did some low forwards and did some super motions and like got it. But I might have been reacting to the fact that they were standing before I hit. But I had like a better than average success rate going for low forward super cancel. People like to cite Yang as like, oh, and very nice. He went for multiple parries. He was ready for anything. He was ready for a fucking hard DP. A lot of people like to cite Yang as like evidence that, or like they like to call Yang out like there's only one way to play him. Yeah, I am. Or like, you know, stuff like that. But they're still very observable, like win rates, skill levels by association with Yang. Like a Yang can be so and so strong that he always beats these players but never beats these players. And then a different Yang using fucking basically the exact same tactics can always beat like fucking these players and also always beat those players, you know? This skill still shows with Yang. With every character in this game. It's not like Yang's a super parry happy character either. I mean, technically speaking, all characters utilize parries even equally, other than the fact they get different amounts of damage off of a parry. But most Yang doesn't force you to use parries to get any of his stuff. You've already got good neutral without the parry. So, and you've got low health, so the risk taking is not necessarily good for you. Different characters tend to have different levels of aggression when it comes to parrying. A Hugo or a Q will be a lot more aggressive because, one, they've got more health to play around with, or more defense in Q's case, and two, they've got attacks that can only be landed by doing parries. So, for example, if you see like a Urian or a Ken, they'll go for parries quite a lot because it's very rewarding for them. But Chun-Li or Yan might go for them only a little bit because they got a little bit lower HP and they already have like a pretty solid mix-up and they can already land all their stuff without needing the parry. Certain characters in this game, the devil's in the details. That looks like a car throw. Yunso range is really tiny without his car, but his car is okay. Yeah. That's like probably its biggest virtue as a fighting game, in my opinion. Is the ceiling. Throw him. Or that. There was a punish there. That probably was too. There's a good chance he already hit that low medium kick before the freeze even. Looks good. If you're doing it after a parry, you can just do low strong and cancel the super, but everyone still does the link. It's because it acts as like a secondary confirm. Like not only did you get the parry, but you also like got the low strong. If you're really reliable at the low strong super link, which a lot of Kens are by this level, it's just an extra failsafe rather than an extra liability. Well, to be honest, like people say that about 5 a lot, and I think it's true compared to SF3 and SF4. But a lot of the best players 5 has ever had have won based on like exceedingly dominant neutral, to be honest. Like yeah, there's a few players who have had consistent conversions, like Nemo and Yukadon. But generally speaking, if you look at like Infiltration early on, or if you look at like Daigo for most of the game's lifespan, or if you look at Punk and his Kareen, you look at Tokido and Kizukuma, and now recently if you look at Sako Manat, I think that's safe. You think I would know, right? You think that would be pretty pertinent information for an Oro, knowing whether hard uppercut cancelled the super is safe, but I actually don't know. There are a lot of players who have done really well by merit of the fact that they play a character really like differently. Their neutral is like hyperoptimal. Yeah, the combos usually aren't a huge factor though. Wow, look at that hitbox. Jab DP the god. There are ranges where Ken can use jab DP where he's really not risking that much. Like how the hell does Aura punish a jab DP from like greater than mid screen? You get like a stay medium kick on it. That's really not that bad for Ken. Meanwhile, if Aura's hitting a button in neutral, the jab DP will probably beat it. So it's like you're not at like above half success rate. You're not even breaking even. You'll fail more often than you succeed, and if you fail, you lose health. Similar to the damage you'd be dealing if you succeeded. Oh, he got him. That was parry until low strong. Ken just super canceled anyway. That was nice. That was a good anti-air. Oh my god. I feel like, um, I feel like the, I feel like there's a lot of depth even to SF5, even though I do think the depth is lower than 4 and 3. I feel like it's not like players are hitting the ceiling yet. Dalsum is probably the single character who has the greatest variety in the way you can play him in SF5. In most SFs, to be honest. I think that Jab DP can never get to its active frames, and you have to get to the active frames before it builds any meter. They go back and forth on whether they want cutscene supers or not. SF4 had supers that were pretty fast to resolve for the most part, but then it added ultras, which were extremely slow to resolve. Supers in this game are usually pretty quick. Most of them don't even have like 3 hits worth of animation. Shinsho used like one of the longer ones and it's pretty short. Yeah, I think that's really how it should be. Parry into nothing, waiting for a DP or a super. High level play. This is like a super high level Ken mirror. That's a punish. Well, I thought it was. It's a punish if you get the first hit. But he was not quite point blank. Let's actually look at it. Yeah, that was not quite a point blank. It's because he canceled low strong to go into EX Fireball, didn't he? Low forward has less pushback than low strong. No, it was low forward. He did the low strong right before it. It's just that it wasn't point blank. I think that does work. Ken's -6 after blocked EX Fireball. Just scope the range wrong. Dudley actually sees very little play in this game considering how strong he is. Almost everyone who would play Dudley plays Ken. I think. I've never seen that ender. He got all a fucking light machine gun blow. You usually want the last hit of light machine gun blow, and he would have had a bigger combo if he did that, but it's pretty hard to do that like 3 times in a row. Hmm? That's a really weird thing to do in neutral. All versions of machine gun blow are punishable, I think. I don't know about light. The others all are. I think the way they should do it, and this is the way Omega Mode did it, is have a cutscene and a non-cutscene mode, and make it so comboing into the cutscene one is pretty rare, but combo and very rewarding, and comboing into the non-cutscene one is very common but very unrewarding. And then when you see the cutscene, you won't see it that often, but it'll feel like a fucking big deal. Versus when you don't see the cutscene, it resolves a lot faster, but that's the one you usually see. That's like the absolute best way to do it, I think. And that way you still have the cutscenes and the cool animations, but you have like, you know, it's controlled. You're not watching them all the time. It also works better for balance. Yeah, that's something that's missing. The way they've been changing supers. Nice. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, Lackle. That was my thought process. Remember, one of the all-time most viewed things about fucking Street Fighter 4 is fucking a random ass YouTube video. What the hell? Of all the ultras being performed. Hell, what fucking works with Netherrealm? It's just fucking all the supers, all the fatalities. Nowadays with Netherrealm, it's all the interactions, which is a pretty great feature as well. Street Fighter, let's make certain pairs of characters have unique intros, and then they got rid of it. Netherrealm, let's make every pair of characters have several unique things they can say to each other, referencing the characters and who they are. It's unbelievably badass. Also, I don't think Dudley can ducking through that super. He can ducking through fireballs, though. There is no EX ducking in this game. Regular ducking goes through fireballs. Actually, that's exactly how it worked in SF4, except there wasn't EX ducking. Yeah, this game is the only game that really tried to do it like that. This game you can have utility supers because the meters are variable, which is how I feel like they should have kept doing it. That's questionable. There's no way he could get the first hit in that context. Yeah, it's like low profile. I forget if Fireball Invincibility is even a flag in this game. Or if you just everything that is Fireball Invincible. I think it is. I think you can be Fireball Invincible. But I'm struggling to think of a good example. Most of the things that go through Fireballs are either just true Invincible or go under them. Or over them or whatever. Q. It's not like Fireball Invincible. It's not like Fireball counters are like super duper rare in this game. They're actually like decently common. It's just that people don't throw ground fireballs that much. So you don't really see the fireball answers very often either. That taunt, was that a punish? It might have been. It was like right on the edge being a punish. I look like anti-air parry from Q. Empty jump throw is a pretty godlike response to anti-air parry. If the opponent goes for anti-air parry into throw, they'll still take the throw. But anti-air parry into throw is it's mediocre for other reasons. Nice. There's another anti-air parry. This Q's working hard. This is a very bad matchup, but what do you expect? It's a great character who excels on his zoning, and a terrible character who's particularly weak in his fucking ways he deals with zoning. Supers don't feel cinematic in MVCI. Level 3s do. But level 1s don't. Not even a little bit. It's because both players still have control during a super a lot of the time. Or at least one player does. That jump jab stays active for the entire jump. That's going to work. Look at that health melt. He did a stand jab. I always do crouch jab. What's kind of funny is Red Fireball normally knocks down, but he parried the first hit of Red Fireball and then got hit by the second two and it didn't knock down. I guess the first hit's the one that knocks over. That's how Ryu's super works, and I think Akuma's as well. I don't actually know. If you get hit by later hits, but not the first hit, you won't actually get knocked over. Oh yeah, so Chun-Li getting damage. All the OG characters still have like that style of super. Ryu's super is just a fireball, but it hits more. Ken's super is just a bunch of DPs. Well, it was. Bison super was two scissor kicks. And then it was two scissor kicks and a bounce off, and now it's a fucking Psycho Crusher. It's an explosion into a Psycho Crusher. I remember seeing Ryu having Denjin in like the trailer. Or not in the trailer, but like I remember when I first saw, I don't remember when exactly it was. I remember when they first showed off that like V-Trigger Ryu's super was Denjin, and I just felt sad. I was like hyped because it was in the game, and I was like maybe it'll be more like SF3. Not even that I want unblockables or anything, I just want it to be tactical, you know? But like coming from Third Strike where Denjin is this like I mean it's strong, but it's like there's a lot of thinking going on from both players. And it's super unique. It's a very, very unique super. And then you see like Goken in Street Fighter 4, and it's just like, well, it does dizzy. It's like fuck off. Fun fact: Goken's Denjin actually does dizzy on block. Even if the opponent blocks it, they take dizzy. However, an attack on block will never ever dizzy you. You can go past the dizzy threshold, but you won't get dizzy. You have to actually be hit in order for the dizzy to suddenly dizzy you. But like, you know, you take this thing Denjin and then you just turn it into, you know, okay, yeah, Goken can charge it, except in every fucking context he never does. Unless it's like a huge punish. Yeah, okay, fucking get this extra dizzy. Okay, I see you. It's nothing near the dizzy of fucking Denjin Ryu, but whatever. And then an SF5, it's like kind of unique. Yes, even if the attack does 0 stun, if you're over the stun threshold and then you take damage, you will get dizzied by the next attack. Actually, I don't think it will, even if it's 0 stun. I think it has to do at least 1 stun point. I think Goken will not dizzy you with a super if you're over the dizzy threshold. But he can like hit you with a jab to dizzy you. If you're at like 1100 dizzy and you're a 1000 dizzy character, then it'll just, as soon as you take damage, it'll just dizzy you instantly. That also applies to focus. That's the more common time it happens. You still take dizzy when you armor something, but you can't get dizzy when armoring something. So if you're like 900 dizzy and you armor something that does 200 stun, you'll get put to 1100, but you won't get stunned. But then if anything touches you, you'll get dizzy. Only supers, I think, do 0 dizzy. And like certain command grabs and whatnot. Like the Yun flip. Dudley Rose is a good one. It does 1 damage. I don't know if it does 1 stun. Towards strong. A lot of people don't know you still take the dizzy damage if you armor something. Mm. Every now and then there's some weird interactions in this game. That one was like probably frame perfect. Ken's air Tatsu. Ken's meterless air Tatsu. You don't see that too often. Damn, Ken hitting far strong trying to prevent Makoto from dashing in. But then she just dashes in and whiff punishes the far strong. That's the kind of character Makoto is. She overwhelms her counters just by... Oh, what the fuck was that? Remember when Ken Air Tatsu... Remember when Ken Air EX Tatsu in SF5 was good? Remember that? Remember when Ken was good in SF5? It's been so long that I almost don't. I feel like Ken's okay now. I don't think they need to, like, nerf him for sure. Like, he could use, like, a little buff. He could use a VT2 buff. I don't like his VT2. Well, I like it, but, like, I could fix it very easily with, like, 2 changes. I remember when Ryu was top 2. It was like that for most of the fucking year, the first year. To be honest, like, Ryu was really good in Season 1, but he probably wasn't. He was probably, like, overinflated. I think Ryu is always really dominant really early in fighting games, and it's because there's always a lot of Ryu players, and the tech develops really fast. Of course, anti-Ryu develops fast too, but, you know. I don't think they needed to nerf Ryu very much, if at all. I'm not sure I've seen Ken's VT2 Fallout combos. Giving up on Vega getting fixed. He's gonna get fixed next season. Make Vega a boss again, dude. Remember when Vega was one of the 4 fucking bosses? I don't see VT2 much at all. It's not like I doubt you. I just don't know where it falls out. Remember in fucking Street Fighter 2 and Street Fighter Alpha where Vega's one of the best characters? Remember that? And then in 4 he's just fucking dog shit for no reason for a fuck long time. Well, he was basically made okay in Super and he remained okay for the rest of the game's life. But okay is like in air quotes. I think he was slept on, but not much. I don't think he was a top half character. I feel like he was like a mid tier. With perfect execution, he might have been like top half, but top half is still not that good of a claim to fame. I don't even know what they planned for you to do with the fucking down 4 medium kick in vanilla. Whoa. I don't know what the ideal was. Ultra definitely buffed him a lot. Every change in Ultra immensely benefited him. But also, like, they added Vega counter picks. Honestly. It's not like Vega likes Rolento. He doesn't like Poison. He doesn't like fucking DiCapri. He doesn't like Yan or Yang in fucking AE. Those are 2 of his worst. Yeah, Elena. How'd I forget her? That's like a gripe for a lot of characters. Is the character was okay and then they added counter picks. Dawson was pretty good until they added the twins. And then he fell off the fucking map. I like Elena. But I'm like the king of the fucking Elena attack force. I'll be the first guy to say that Elena was a busted fucking mess. I have like a sneaking suspicion that DiCapri was up there. I feel like after Evil Ryu and Elena, it was probably DiCapri. And she might have actually been better than one or both of them. But I don't want to put money on that. I'm just like saying it's possible. It's there. The possibility's there. Same with Forte, but probably less so with Forte. That's my solid top 5 now. That's the top 5 I'll defend to the death in Street Fighter 5. I mean 4. Evil Ryu, Elena, DiCapri, El Fuerte, and Poison. If you say Yan, power to you. That's your opinion. If you say Seth, power to you. That's your opinion. If you say Akuma, power to you. Your opinion. Maybe like Ken. It's pretty good. Most people probably wouldn't put Ken up there. I'd put him pretty high. Not top 5, but I'd probably put Ken top 10. But there's my top 5. Rose? I think she's okay. She's top half. I don't know if I'd put her top fucking 10. She's had good success over the lifespan of the game. Anyway. Good versatility. That backdash is pretty nice. Really nice mix-up with the close medium kick. I like that a lot. Just has a super solid fucking mix-up between her badass giant throw and her stay medium kick that she gets a combo out of. Rog was like the first character who was optimized. I can't picture a Rog that would be much better than fucking PR Balrog's Rog. Of what the characters looked like early on versus what the characters looked like by the end of the game's lifespan, Rog got to his endgame lifespan visuals. Like, people were playing Rog like they do now. Like, the earliest of any character. Rufus as well. And, like, Sagat. Those were, like, the first three characters to hit their, like, high-level play. Ooh. I don't know if Poison's top 5. That's a bit strong. She's good. Everything I know about her is so gross. I feel like people, I mean, people obviously slept on her. But, like, what I knew Poison could do versus what I saw people doing was still so different. Poison has so much potential, especially with her EX Fireball. Poison has a lot of EX Fireball pickups that most people don't really seem to know. Both juggles into it and corner stuff. I think it's still like that. I think that's why Kemi got a buff and fucking Ryu got a nerf. Even though Kemi was fucking, you know, perceived to be a high tier character. Most of the DLC characters are like theoretically pretty strong, but with like lowish win rates. And pretty much every DLC character has gotten patched in their first patch. The only one I can think of who got nerfed in their first patch was like Urian. And to be honest, his nerfs were like system mechanic nerfs for a few of them. Xiao had a good Kemi. K-Brad had a good Kemi. K-Brad's like kind of fallen off the map. If you only looked at his SF5 results, you'd be like, oh, K-Brad, he's just a player. But K-Brad, like, he actually had a really good success in Street Fighter 4. He was like one of America's top players for a while. Huh? Nice. That's hard to do, I think. Oh, he dropped it. I don't think he wanted that taunt if that dash punch whiffed. Maybe he did. That's a hard knockdown. It's a super. There was like a period where like K-Brad, Dominion, Snake Eyes, and PR Rog were like comfortably the best American players. Mostly Snake Eyes and PR Rog though. Justin did pretty well too. Oh yeah, it was like, oh, it took him a little minute. He had like a decent success rate with Guile. He was he would make top 8 a lot. But once he found oh, it ended. Once he found DiCapri, his fucking win rate shot through the roof. His Guile was already mad good. It was like about as good as Dominion. It was probably like a smidge worse than Dominion. He usually beat Dominion. They fought a few times. Dominion won a few, Do won a few. Dominion would use the depth of the character more, but that doesn't always mean that you're the better player. Can't wait for them to announce some stuff about Season 4. I think he got that overhead a little late. PR Rog probably had the greatest overall American success rate, I think. Fun fact, PR Rog was one of the top 8 in SF4 in vanilla, but he wasn't called PR Rog back then. But I remember looking at that. It was like VVV Scrub was his name. And then it was like, that was like his handle, and then it was like name, it was like Eduardo Perez. I'm like, what the fuck? He's been there since the beginning. We just didn't know it. I don't remember anything about Vanilla Evo, except Justin versus Daigo, which I think was finals. And I think Justin's character picks were weird as fuck. If memory serves, he briefly played both Abel and Rog, in addition to Rufus. Like, he probably should have gone Rufus the whole way, but even now, Ryu is pretty strong against Rufus. It's like a 6-4 in Ryu's favor. But back in Vanilla, it was worse because Ryu was, like, also top tier. So I can see that Justin would want to avoid that pick. Damn, that was a super high-risk play that he didn't need to do. What the hell kind of punish was that? That was a failed super? No, it wasn't. That's not even the same motion. You could do that overhead into super. I'm surprised he didn't go for it. He got the crouching opponent and everything. Justin was like... In vanilla, Justin hadn't played Rufus for like 10 years, you know? That happened later. He'd only played fucking Rufus for like 1 year in vanilla. And he'd also played like Abel and Rog for like months and months, you know? Justin's always been like an everything kind of player. He's like not usually hampered down by the concept of a main. So it wasn't out of character for him to pick a few different characters, but it's just really weird now because he became like a very dedicated Rufus main for a really long time. Oh, that was it. Let's jump right now, staying fierce, fucking fierce dash punch into that super. Tekken 5.0. All I know about people seem to be in love with. I knew people were in love with fucking Dark Resurrection. I didn't know people were in love with 5.0. All I know is Tekken 5 is like the last game before they like utterly standardized combos. And now combos have like a pretty combos are like pretty formulaic in Tekken nowadays. It's like fucking launcher, juggly string, slam string, fucking slam pickup combo. And that was like 6 and beyond. Some approximation of that is like how Tekken combos work. That's like a mid-screen combo. Who do you play? Do you play Devil Jin? I seem to recall Devil Jin was usually regarded to be the strongest character in 5. I seem to recall when 5 was big, every fucking finals would be like 5 Koreans in top 8 playing Devil Jin. What's up with that? Okay, what's up with Koreans all playing the same main? It's like a cultural thing they have over there. In every game that fucking Korean players play, there's like one character that they perceive to be strong. And like every single person plays that character. There's Kami right now in SF5. It was Akuma for a while in SF4. Every Korean player was playing Akuma for a little bit. For like it was like midway through. It was like a it was like Super A 2012. All the Korean players were playing Akuma. The Infiltration was there during that. Hi. He was one of those people playing Akuma. Oh, the meaty stand forward. Oh, DP works there, but it's tight. I usually do like Tatsu, but it's me. I remember Dagger. Wow, that was cool. Oh, never mind, it fell out. That wasn't cool at all. And it was punished. That was like reverse cool. I thought that was really badass for a sec. What's really funny is he probably could have just done dash into raw super there. I don't know. I don't know if she could dash in that time. That was almost badass though. I think that if he did it like a couple frames later, it probably would have worked. Or if he was like a smidge closer. I think if any one of those little punches worked, the whole thing would have not fallen out in that way. Makoto Super 1 will actually connect in some pretty alarming scenarios. I don't want to ever make the third strike Makoto video because I'm going to have to show that off and it's going to be hard. But she has a lot of really weird juggles into it, but most of them are extremely executionally demanding. There's a lot of stuff I'm not going to be able to show in any videos just because this game has some pretty high executional demands. I can't do Makoto's fucking touch of Dizzy. I'm going to have to show that off though. I might just have to task that. TAC. Just so I can show it off. I basically can't do anything with the Urian one. Urian's so fucking weird to play. Someday I will finish the Omega guides, but I will never ever finish the Third Strike guides because I can only talk competently about half the cast. Like, I can't even, like, what am I even going to say? Wow, that was pretty ballsy. During the Urian one. I just don't have that much information on how to play him well. I've seen plenty of footage of him. I could scour the fuck out of RX videos. There's a lot of footage of Urian being played well, and I could take some notes instead of just passively watching. The only thing wrong with it is how long it takes, actually. That's the thing I didn't want to do about it. I've done tool assisted combos for stuff in videos before. Several times, actually. For the most part, those aren't actually that hard. I'm gonna have a harder time doing fucking down back fierce loops. And I'm sure I can do that at least once. Unfortunately, Urian's one of those characters where you don't get good in fights, you get good in training mode. Urian's like a lab work character. And there's not a lot of fucking footage of people training moding. It's weird to me that Gutex, like, when I played with him that one time, he'd never, like, set up fucking Fightcade or anything in his entire life. I was like, bro, you can literally, like, I installed it for him on his fucking computer in, like, 1 minute. I didn't even fucking download it from the internet. I just had it on a thumb drive. And it was just like, bro, you can literally, like, double-click this thing, and then fucking click on someone's name, and you're playing Third Strike with them. It's like, why don't you just fucking do that? If you like this game so much, why have you never set this up? It takes 1 minute. And there's good players on there. There are players that are better than me on Fightcade. And I'm like fucking, you know, I'm upper level in that game, in this game. Of the players that remain in this game, I wouldn't be too surprised if I was fucking top 1%. 1% is pretty strong. There's a lot of good ass players in Japan. I wouldn't be surprised if I was top 10%. But even just on Fightcade, you can find like fucking at least 10 players better than me. It depends on how big of a scope we're talking about for like what counts as still playing the game. I haven't talked to Cruz in a fucking minute. He's probably out living his life. I haven't seen him on Fightcade in ages. I think I actually saw his name on there one time recently. Which Flora loot? That's not actually so hard. Well, I don't know. I always say it's not hard, and then other people always tell me they struggle with it. But like most Oro players you see in these kinds of videos seem to be capable of it to some degree. Yeah, Dime was there. Dine handed me my most demoralizing defeat I've ever had in all fighting games. He beat me in a set in Third Strike. It was a while ago. I was like still a little new to the game, but I was like pretty. I wasn't too far in skill from where I am now. I was worse, but I wasn't way worse. It was like me after like 3 years of playing the game, or like 4, and now it's like me after like 12 years of playing the game. But of course, most of my fucking skill development came pretty early on. Anyway, he beat my ass 17 games in a row almost. It was 17-1 by the end of the set. And he won. He went undefeated. No, I beat him once when he beat me like 6 times in a row with Dudley, and then I like beat him once, and then he changed to like 12, and then he beat me like 11 times in a row with 12. There was character unfamiliarity on my part, with no question asked. Actually, on both counts because I don't fight Dudleys very often either. Certain characters I just destroy because I like Aura does well against them, and also I have a lot of experience against them, like Alex. I'm pretty good against Shotos too. Huh? It fell out. Was it hard DP? It didn't. I wouldn't think he would do hard DP into super ever. It could have been the range. The super didn't hit on the way up in time because he was not point blank. 12's neutral is really good, and I couldn't find parries. He was like really good at exploiting the fact that like I didn't know how to fight him. Thank you for that thought, Apu. It already feels like most of my life, so it's not, you know. If anything, it's weird that it's not half of it yet. Tatsu's a weirder chip option. There's some credit to it for all the Shotos, actually. Lost the Omega Dock? Alright, hold up. Let me help this friend. Here you go. There's your Omega Dock. It's pretty good now, isn't it? I wonder, like, people remembered probably when I made it, but a lot of people probably haven't checked it in ages. A lot of people probably just checked it the one time or didn't even bother to check it because they knew it was new. But if you look at it now, it's fucking... I want to say every character's on it now. A lot of them, anyway. It's like 170 some pages. There's a lot of fucking information on there. Not all the information's right. I didn't write most of them. I wrote a few. And a lot of the characters I've done the research on, I can go back and find like little things that are like a little bit misled. Failed card EP. I saw that he went for it. EX Fireball 0 on block for Ryu. -6 on block for Ken. 0 on parry for both. Check them plasmas. Honestly. EXDP on Wake Up. That's how you play this game. Ooh, look at that. That's easier on airborne opponents. He didn't need the car for that one. This is hope. He had the perfect read. Ryu actually killed with that punish. He actually killed with that punish. 2 more parries, and then it was Stand Fierce, EX Donkey Kick, Hard Tatsu. I'm pretty sure that was the dead Ken. Omega Rose is prototype Colleen. What about her? The parry? That's the only thing I can really think of. Meaty ass towards strong. If that hit, he had a link to super and maybe other stuff. I don't know what to make of the bubble thing. There's no meaty scenarios. I don't know what the fuck you're supposed to do with it. It's a mystery to me. A lot of EX firewalls, I mean, yeah. It's because it's good because of all them dank EX donkey kicks you get. EX fireball probably is Ryu's best EX move. But when I think about SA1, I usually think about it in terms of EX donkey kicks because that's your primary damage route, rather than the other 2 supers where your primary damage route is a super. But technically speaking, the meter is more useful for the extra EX fireballs you can throw. I'm really surprised that he did that because that was a really weird play. He had the health to waste, so it wasn't like that bad, especially because Chun-Li's punishes without super are not too strong. He wasn't going to like get punished very badly for that. Yeah, the double DP! Ken's damage is actually pretty beefy when you have those. That does like near super damage for free. Ken doesn't really look or seem like a high health, high damage character. But most of the good characters in this game have less health than him. Makoto's got the same health. I think Dudley as well. Yun, Yang, Akuma, Chun-Li. A lot of the other characters have less. And Ken's damage doesn't... Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck, like 5 times over? What the fuck was that? He really woke up with the EX's Onshu. I don't know if that has any invincibility at all, but it just worked. Chun-Li actually moves, so she can definitely get out of the way of attacks. Other strong was well placed. I'll get to Seth eventually. The red. Who does a red parry low against Ken? That was aggressive. He was probably not going to be doing TC from that range. He's too far away. It was either going to be low short, low jab, or low short, low short. So low parry was good there. It's still weird to see a red parry like that. I don't like red parrying low. It feels really awkward to me. Red parrying high is not so bad. Ooh, an NPC elf. Hold on. Let me think about this. Wow, you're just going to answer your own name. I wonder if there's a way to make that combo. I mean, kill. Oh no. Damn. That was a hard read for Yun. Difficult read, I mean. Oh. No, I like the Lensheo. Do that one. I wonder if any D&D campaign has ever led to a orgy. Probably, right? Oh, twins are really crazy hard to do the double DP on. I think there's no way to do double DPs on the mid screen at all. That was a cool grenade combo. I was just thinking to myself that playing an elf in D&D is like loudly proclaiming to your friends that you're a giant fag. And then I wondered to myself if a D&D campaign ever led to an orgy. I played D&D for all of 2 sessions with my friends once. I have two friends. I have one friend who like his entire dream is to like have regular D&D campaigns because he's that kind of guy. And then I have another friend who like likes all varieties of nerd culture, including D&D, and would be like extremely down with that to be a regular thing. And then there were like 4 more other people who like profoundly did not care. I was one of those do not care people. I think I was a human, but I might have been a half elf. And I was like a paladin or a cleric or something. I was literally like, they were like, hey, Beth, like, we need someone to be this role. You're this role. I didn't have any choice in the matter. I never chose it. But I was like kind of down. I was like, whatever, I can make this work. If anything, I don't want to choose. That sounds kind of weird. But in real life, you're just kind of donked in your position. You make it work in a way that's like unique to you. So I kind of like that it wasn't picked for me, or that it was picked for me. I think I would have more fun with that than coming up with something. I'm that guy who like clicks randomize when I do fucking Elder Scrolls or fucking whatever. D&D is Dungeons and Dragons. Oh my god, an Edgelord campaign sounds so great. I'm not. I'm like. I like the concept of D&D, but I'm not interested in the rule set. I didn't like the shopping. I didn't like the moving. I didn't even really like the dungeon exploring, and I didn't particularly like the fighting. It's not the tabletop game for me. I could get down with the RPing. That sounds kind of fun. I could get down with the abilities and the classes. Those are cool. There's a lot of different tabletop games. A lot of them have like only very, very basic rule sets. Oh, he missed the link. That links. I think he wanted. It was really weird what he did. You can do background house, low short, super, and what he did was background house into low short that was blocked, and then electricity. The electricity doesn't combo there, but super does. But electricity is pretty easy to do on accident while trying to super. So I wonder if that was all just an execution error, or if there was something other component to it. Um, he did high parry into stand strong, probably trying to super cancel, but the stand strong just whiffed. Surprised I didn't punish, to be honest. Nice. I think he had a super into maybe another super that might have been good there. That's sad. Is that really a punish? I feel like I don't know the frame data on Hazanchu at all. He just did it like a reversal and it worked. Generally didn't block. Might have been going for a parry or a jump or something. That super's decently fast. It's weird to think of it like it might punish Zanshu, but I have no idea what the frame data on Zanshu is. Most overheads are minus on block in this game, and most attacks that are minus on block are somewhere between -1 and -3. Sometimes as much as like -5 for like attacks like that. Attacks that are minus but not intended to be punishable are usually in that territory. I've never ever played Diablo, but I've played a bunch of games that I really liked that other people called Diablo clones. So I probably would have loved Diablo, but we'll never know. Ooh. Sci-fi's disgusting. Fantasy all the way. Oh. Fuck this Q and his stand jab. I don't like that he whiffs that. Hi. I hate when it doesn't open. He had more. As a mid-air connect. He had at least 2. I don't remember if you can do 6 on Q. It works on Hugo, I think. It definitely works on Urian. I don't know if it works on Q. You need someone who's pretty wide when falling. And you also need them to not hit the ground, like, instantly. I don't think you can do it on Alex, but I don't know. That was cool. That actually works mid-screen. And it also works on, like, every character, I think. That was really minus, but Necro did not actually have a punish available. Depending on the distance that travels, it'll be punishable or not. Necro went for the back forward punish, but he was like a frame late. He might have hit it as a reversal too. It might have just not been punishable. Because Q traveled a little bit, but not a whole lot. That was a super confirm. He didn't super. Okay, this is kill. It's not! It's not kill electricity! Okay. Q has no reversal besides super 2 and super 1. Yay, I got the sub for finally being on at the same time as this guy. Thank God. It was all worth it. There was a game recently called Dungeon Keeper, I think, that was apparently part of a beloved series, but I never played it. Never even heard of it, to be honest. And it got a mobile game recently that was supposed to be like the most cancerous mobile game imaginable. I don't remember who made that. It was like a well-known company. Ooh, that was pretty far away. EA made the remake. Remember when EA bought a bunch of really cool companies and ruined them? It's like a fucking parasite. It's like the thing. Winnable. Very winnable. Electricity? Ah, it was a guess. He was trying to catch Makoto. Electricity can only be parried high, I think. He was trying to catch Makoto going for a series of high parries on his electricity. So he could just like start with a low short to instantly win and not even have to deal with that. But Makoto got the mix up right. Oh, he had a juggle there. He didn't even need to let Makoto fall. He had like back strong. I really liked Fable 1, and I've heard people say that Fable 1's probably the best of them. I never played 2 because I think it was console exclusive. And then because I didn't play 2, I didn't play 3. And now I've just kind of like, fallen off. I like Fable 1 a lot, but like, didn't play the series. What the fuck? Of all the worst possible decisions, what did he want that he got jump back fears? One of my friends has a story about how he got the angriest he's ever gotten in a video game playing Fable 2. Because apparently the bow physics in that game are a bit questionable. I think he was playing it on console. But like the holding the bow, holding the arrow like stocked and fucking shooting it were like the same button or some nonsense, I don't know. I remember like choking someone in Metal Gear Solid 3 and then like knifing them or whatever. The CQC was like the same button. The thing about the PS2 that a lot of people don't know or don't remember is that the buttons have different levels of compression, and the game can tell how hard you're pushing the button. So you have to like tap, you have to like softly press triangle to hold someone, and then press triangle hard to like strangle them and kill them. And that would or like knife them and kill them. And that would count as a death. And a lot of people were like very adamant in Metal Gear Solid 3 of not killing anyone, but it was very easy to accidentally kill someone doing that. But all the off-brand PS2 controllers I think didn't have that feature. It was already like it barely worked on PS2 on original like controller hardware. It already like was kind of questionable the way they programmed it. Like a lot of people would just get kills on accident without meaning to. But then if you had like a third-party controller, it like didn't work at all. And then also all the ports of it, I think it doesn't work at all. Very nice. He's going for the double. Didn't work. I don't think I would have killed anyway. I don't know. I didn't even know he did it like it worked. On the characters it does work on, it's often like a one-frame juggle. I want to say the characters all fall at the same speed in this game, and differences in juggles are usually related to height and how long it takes for the push box to hit the ground. Fable 1 had some pretty busted magic. The busted magic in Fable 1 is like not where you would expect. There's some spells the game seems to treat like they're really powerful and they're like kind of shitty. And then there's other spells that are like fucking good. Like the spell that makes you like swole. Oh no. Cannot punish there. It was like dash sweep, I think. That was hard though. That was like the hardest stomp to punish. Huh? Oro can't jump there. I like labbed that extensively. He still got the perfect timing. This is my loop. Man stole my loop. Um, oh, he stole my fucking reset. Is this me? He's using my color too. I must have gone to Japan and forgot about it. I made that reset. I never saw any Oro do that reset. He plays decently like me. More aggressive. That parry was nice. I would never go for that in a match. Didn't do anything. He already had full super meter. I use the secret color sometimes these days. I'm like, I don't care anymore. Back when I played this game, like, seriously and frequently, I always used this color. And then I, like, slowly stopped caring. And now I usually just pick the secret color just to, like, see whether I get it. Check my execution on the secret color select. The secret color is gold. I think that was a Kara throw. That was his medium kick Kara, I think. That's not a combo in 3-stone, I think. He could have done something that was a combo that would have been stronger, which was light kick, medium kick, command grab. You don't know when you can use it? It's safe. Just do it. I literally hit it every single time I'm next to the opponent. It's good after a parry. It's good on block. It's good on hit. It's good after an ATR parry. It's good as an ATR raw. You don't need a fucking scenario. Be next to them, hit medium punch. That's how Oro works. It's like the two-step process to learn Oro. The only thing in the game that punishes it, to my knowledge, is Ken's super. And he can't even reliably do that because you can just super cancel it. I mean, super jump cancel it. He has to low block it or else it's safe. And of course, he probably will low block it. But then he has to do like a reversal super, which he probably won't be ready to do. And even if he does reversal super, he can't prevent you from super jumping your way to safety. So he has to also just hope that you don't super jump. You've got some routes. It depends on your opponent. I don't do this all that often. I usually just take the fucking two-hit stand medium punch into the juggled roundhouse or jump roundhouse or whatever ender I do. I usually do two-hit stand strong into one-hit stand strong into jump roundhouse these days. Um, but depending on your opponent, you've actually got a lot of different routes. Like against Alex, you can actually do stand strong two hits into medium stomp into uppercut, and that does decent damage. But you can confirm the medium stomp, so you can get like a half chicken on Alex, and it's safe unlike regular chicken. That's a thinking man's wake up right there. It's low parry into down fierce into fireball. See, he did parry into throw. That timing looked a little weird, and throw whiffed, right? The idea was he was doing parry to try and stop the dive kick, and also he wanted, if it was a short dive kick, if like Yun landed in front of him, he wanted to be ready to. That was a good red. He wanted to be able to what was I saying? He wanted to be able to take the throw if Yun did a short dive kick. So they talk about that every now and then. That's like a frequent thing that people discuss when talking about optimal levels of gameplay against like top tier characters. You can just do that red parry when you see that target combo. That's always there. There's nothing that stops you from doing that. If you want a red parry Yun, you can. You can just stop that TC every time. Yun players treat jab short strong like it's the most godlike super starter in the universe, but technically speaking, it's punishable. Yeah, it's not that hard. It's very attainable. It's more like something that people wouldn't lab. People don't go for reds that often, just in general. But like the potential for reds is a lot better than most people realize. I've like labbed some reds, but I usually don't go for them in match. Almost every red I've labbed is the second hit of a 2-hit parry. I mean a 2-hit overhead. Like I've labbed Ken back forward. I can do that like pretty often in the lab. I get it most of the time, but I don't go for it in match very often. But you can react to Ken's overhead with a block and then react to the like you can react more formally by the second hit and red parry the second hit. And Ken can't cancel or anything to make it safe. Once you get that red parry, you turn an unsafe move into a you turn a safe move into an unsafe move. There's no way that Ken can like super to fuck you up there. You could literally just once you get that red parry, you can just kill him. It's also not a risky red parry to go for, because if the second hit hits you, Ken only gets a follow up if you're crouching, and if you're going for the red parry, you're not crouching. So it's like a very low risk, high reward red parry. Most of the red parries I practiced are like that. That's how Dudley works. Dudley gets 3 supers on you because you blocked the lower overhead wrong. Yeah. That's like very common at like round 3 for Dudley, is he's just got a shit ton of meter stocked by then. And he just like every super meter sets up a 50-50 for another super. So he just gets 3 in a row. That TC. That was strong. What the hell was that? Strong forward fierce, I think. He's got one TC that he can start in 2 different ways. It's like towards forward fierce or strong forward fierce, I think. That was the strong forward fierce. He Dudley did a red parry there. Time out. If you actually look at it, there's something cute that happens here. Low short does not come out to EX chop, but Makoto players do it all the time anyway because it's just a generally good sequence. Low short, regular chop. Dudley taps forward. If you watch very carefully, you can see him tap forward. He taps forward in time with a EX chop that he's anticipating, but it ends up being a regular chop. He's a little forward tap into a Stamina. You can barely see it. But he was looking for a parry on an EX chop to kill Makoto. Wake up, low short! Yeah, I'm going to play Smash Ultimate. I'm probably going to play Le Yiffy Jackal. I have Rage Mode, and also I have a special Rage Mode just for me. Dog. 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 Oh, that was cool. See, that's it. That's the thing I talk about sometimes. I'm like, oh, if Dudley went for that parry, he would get lit up by a Tatsu. Here it is. Here's the Tatsu that lit him up. This matchup's alright. Dudley's damage is really good. Oh, a little late. It was a good idea. That was weird. It worked too. It worked really well. Oh, he missed it. That was good. This is good Dudley play. What the fuck was that? He did towards jab? Did it hit? It looked like he canceled it. He got towards jab EXDP. I don't like... It did hit. I don't like that he went for that. I don't like the new meter stuff with... I decided. I don't like the new meter stuff with... Ooh, very cool. final smashes. Oh, this is a famous bad matchup. This is that one. That was actually a full jumping combo that Q could have had, which also would have led to a taunt. Actually, would it have? I don't think it would have. Because he has no meter around start. He could have gotten like a combo to dash punch, which leads to nothing. Or a combo to slaps, which leads to nothing. He doesn't get a taunt out of either of those. It was still great damage to get. A jumping combo does like 40% of Akuma's health, even if you have no meter. It was worth a go. You got some meter out of that anyway. How about not being able to dash through people? To me, that seems harmless. I didn't even realize how many people would be upset by it. A lot of people are saying it helps heavy characters. Which seems fine to me since fucking heavy character, if it's true. Seems fine to me since heavy characters apparently need the help. Is it a core mix-up? I can see how it'd be a core movement option. It's not like it's blocking directions or anything. Like part of making the opponent's attacks whiff and stuff. I can see how it'd be really important. But a lot of people are jumping out at it. It doesn't seem like a change that'll, well, I don't know. Since I'm not a veteran. I've only played Smash casually. It seems like it'll be different, but not like it doesn't seem like it'd ruin anything. But like there could be some stuff that it's going to really affect in a bad way. To me, it just didn't seem like a change that was really like something to get up in arms about. So I was surprised to see the backlash. Like I would be equally surprised if people like jumped on it like it was amazing. It doesn't seem like something to have a strong opinion on. KKZ was pretty expensive there. It's good. It secured the kill. In doubles, you can dash through your ally apparently, but it'll still affect doubles in other ways. I was reading on Twitter some people talking about how like in doubles you could potentially have a fucking big character with a big shield like get between the enemy and the ally so that you're shielding them. That your big shield is covering their body too, behind you. Stuff like that. I was like, huh. Well, they can attack. Well, I guess they can't attack through you because friendly fire. Almost all of the... Well, Smash actually has some really interesting levels of teamwork. There's quite a lot you can... It's not like just like two battles taking place at the same time in doubles. There's quite a lot of ways you can affect each other. I don't know if we will. It's going to be hard for me to stream, so probably not. Obviously, you can, like, both do combos together. If, like, one of you hits the enemy towards the other one, or one of you grabs the enemy and then, you know, the other guy hits him and stuff like that. Or, like, throws him for the other guy to hit. Stuff like that. Almost. You could already see that it was really hard to live there, especially because if he parried that air Tatsu as well, Akuma just had another super for him to land on. Um, but then there's a lot of other teamwork that you probably wouldn't think about for uh, doubles, smash doubles. Like you can hit each other, and that's occasionally beneficial. You see that a lot for like people saving each other over the ledge. Is you look at like effective ledge hogging and spiking and whatnot. You look at like successfully gimping someone, and then you don't really think about like unsuccessfully gimping someone, but you can actually like help someone recover if your gimping is really bad. And that's what you do on purpose in doubles. It's like, oh, my ally's gonna die, but if I jump off and hit it and like nair him, then he'll be able to fucking up B again, and then he'll make it back to the stage. You can like save each other. And that's also true for like attacks with high recovery. If one of you does a dumb move on accident, the other one can just jab them. Or if it's like Puff and she rests, you can just jab the recovery of rest. One of the reasons Puff's really good in doubles, also stalling. Wow, I just said that. That's hard to punish. I was wondering to myself before he went for it. I was like, can he even get this? That's honestly really hard to punish. Oh, hit your own teammates if they get arrested. No, that's not what I said. Yeah, that too. Yeah, you can. I've seen that a few times. I've seen when it's like 5 stocks to like, 2 and 3 to like 1 stock to like one dead guy and one guy with 1 stock left, and like the fucking allies are killing each other. Look at that little cat face. Truly, that cat face is the face of someone who plays Samus. I got it installed on mine actually. I haven't put that much hours into it. I unlocked all the characters and I basically never touched it again. Fortunately, unlocking all the characters was fun. It's just playing the game. It's like do X versus mud matches. Most of the characters introduced in Smash 4 I haven't played, especially all the DLC. I think I played Bowser Jr. a whopping once, for example. I made the patrician choice of choosing Wendy Okupa. Who is the patrician Bowser Jr.? I think it might actually just be Bowser Jr. I think if you pick a Koopaling, you have problems. All the Koopalings are cancer. Roy's cool. He's the one with the pink head, right? There's a Lenny, I think. There might be a Larry. There's a Wendy. There's Roy. There's Morton. That's all I got. I have 5 of them. Yoshi is a thinking man's main. I don't even know if we're talking about fucking... Smash Yoshi. Oh, bye. You wanna know a thinking man's main? Donkey Kong. Truly the most patrician main. I'm gonna tell you something about Donkey Kong players. Literally 100% of them pick Donkey Kong because he is a gorilla. 100%. Play Mewtwo. I don't know. All I know about Donkey Kong is his up B is actually pretty good. Or at least it's pretty good in the new Smash, and it's pretty good in Smash 64. I think it might have been bad in fucking Melee and Brawl. You can, I think you can space it to make it safe in Smash 64, and also it's invincible. Watch Kitty make it before Dixie makes it. Smash SF3 is in the Shoto. In terms of marketability, Chun-Li's the best pick. In terms of gameplay that I'd really like to see, um, probably... In terms of the character that translate the best, it'd probably be like Rashid or something. Rashid would just have fucking... Meta Knight Central B. In terms of the memes, I guess I want Peter. Imagine if there was a fucking Street Fighter rep, but it was fucking Peter. Go for the double taunt? Yep. It's a hard knockdown. I got corrected recently because it turns out, I wondered why a player didn't quick stand. It turns out that if you do Q's command grab and don't get a follow-up, like if you drop your follow-up, it's a hard knockdown. Or if you don't even go for one, it's a hard knockdown. So you can just do raw command grab if you want to. It's not that strong, but it gives you time to taunt definitively if you just choose not to do a follow-up at all. I think Chun-Li would be the smartest pick by far for a Street Fighter rep. 12 would be like one of the worst ones for like people knowing him and for what he would do back to the Street Fighter series. But he would be cool for gameplay. 12's only been in one damn game. And only one version of it. Had a hard life. Blanca is one of the most recognizable Street Fighters. He's got to be like top 3. That's changed, honestly. I wonder if Blanca would still be that high. Ryu is probably... I feel like Ryu wasn't one of the most recognizable Street Fighter characters. But now he almost certainly is because of crossover games, especially because of Smash. Wow. Empty jump super. Geef is up there for sure. Chun-Li's up there. Chun-Li's probably number 1. Geef and Guile are both up there. Blanca's up there. Those are like the really big ones, and Ken and Akuma. Probably Bison as well, yeah. Probably not anyone else in Shadaloo. Maybe Sagat. Don't you remember when fucking Akuma was announced for Tekken? And people fucking dropped meme after meme after meme of fucking SF5 Akuma versus Tekken Akuma? I still fucking love the lines, man. I think it's glorious. It's my favorite thing they've done with the character in a long ass time. But I understand why it put a lot of people off, because it definitely makes him less serious. And Akuma is a relatively serious character up until now. And I can see how that would make a lot of people like him. Is it 11? He's got like a hammerhead. I remember him. I don't even need to look at the picture. I saw SF511 and I already know what this picture is. Yes, there were Lion King memes. I think within Sonar Roar we've got some nice Bara representation now. Did you guys see that, Did you guys see, the CA2 showcase that I posted on Twitter in Mysterious Mod? Mysterious Mod apparently recently had an update where they added a super for every character. Sometimes two. Very nice punish. He missed the first hit, otherwise that would have killed. And they gave a Raging Demon to Ken and Ryu. And I think someone else? I don't remember. Ryu's is hilarious. He like fucking... Oh yeah, Peter had one. I think there might have been a couple more still. Someone help this man out. Geese with Siberian Blizzard. We can all watch that together if you guys want to watch it together. We can all collectively watch the new supers. Someone hit me with a link and I'll fucking watch it. We'll all watch it. It's not super long. I think it was Killbox. Actually, I think it wasn't. Who sees that many towards forwards and still low parries? And it was the right play, too. Lost a hit again. That super is almost, in that context, that super is almost always used for the hard knockdown. Oh. That didn't work either. Alright, hold on. Alright, here we go. Love that fucking intro. Like fucking Goku Ryu. The character's alphabetical. Some of these animations are really creative how they fucking put them together. This is all the same super. I like this one. Fireball super on Akuma. You can tell that he tried to they tried to make it so the supers don't do the same things as the other supers. I think supers are 2-bar in this game, right? If you're in V trigger, this is instant stun. Like fucking third strike. Birdie bowl. Pretty cool. Love the birdie one. Birdie one's coming up. Fucking love it. It goes on just a little too long. Hits you with his head. So the last one was a command grab. This one's like a jump grab. An air super. People like this one. Kimmy drills into you. I guess that's the animation from her VT2. Kikoken super. She's actually never had that, I don't think. Korewado. I like this one a lot. This one actually looks great. It's like an Ultra 2. This one's cool. And if you're in VT2 for this one, it changes to incorporate the VT2 stuff. Yeah, it's like Dhalsim's Yoga Legend or whatever. That one's fantastic. Just poison everywhere. This one's really cool. Far away, it just shoots fireballs, but up close, it has a hit. Kind of reminds me of Noel. That one's like Nova fucking Burst or whatever. This one's godlike. And then in VT2 it changes, because in VT1 changes this other super. Flash kicks. This one's her SA3. Yami Shigure. This one's cool. This is her Ultra 2. They remade her Ultra 2. Good use of the animations on this guy. And keeps the same side. Kind of a Shippu. And then he has a demon as well. That smile. That was kind of cool. This is the new critical arts in SF3 Mysterious Mod. I like that one a lot. All the freezes. See, that's like Hulk. Peter. Where the hell did they get these animations? I think those are from the other dolls. Or not the dolls, the grunts. Fucking Peter Demon. The new Mika one's cool. I love it. She throws her mic at you. That one's pretty badass. It's like a maximum spider. Killer Bee Assault. I love the Ryu ones. Gave him Shinshoryu, and then they gave him like a demon, and then like a V-trigger demon. I like that one a lot. I had good range, to be honest. This one's Haru Ichiban. It's a super from other games. I got less little hit though. Tyrant Slaughter. And then it's upgraded. Remember when I literally called his VT2? Because anyone could? Remember when we were all guessing VT2s? It's fucking Scarlet Claw or whatever. Sort of. Splendid Claw. I like it one a lot. Siberian Blizzard from the Marvel vs. games. Nice little touch that he has a form switch on this one. Alright, where were we? Unfortunately, VT2 appears... Juri's VT2 appears to be balanced against her 3-bar VT1. But late in development of Season 3, they changed it to 2-bar. And it doesn't really feel equivalent. You know that little spin pull-in? Imagine if you could like do it twice more. By hitting like hard punch plus hard kick. Wouldn't that be great? If you could do that as an attack after the V-trigger already started. And it made her into like Zangief. You could just do low short, low jab, pull in. Like fucking Geef, dude. Jerry Geef. Very cool. He did that side swap on purpose. Reminder that you can hold any different direction with Jerry VT2 and she'll have a different voice line. Got 4 different voice lines for neutral, left, right, and down. It's probably one of the coolest little Easter eggs in the entire series. Unfortunately, it's trapped behind a V-trigger no one uses. Most of Jerry's combos launch you pretty fast. I think people tend to underrate the meter pull. It's like, oh, they just get the meter back by getting beaten up. But the trick is you get a lot more meter than you normally would. Because you get all the meter you normally would, but you also get all the meter they're losing. But it only works if they're grounded, so it doesn't work for very long in a combo. If you don't have the medium stock in your combo, then it's not going to do almost anything. But generally speaking, VT1 gives you, excuse me, so much. I wish Jury's VTs one was like split into two different VTs, and I wish both of them were better. I wish Jury's her VT selection, one was like infinite charges on her uh, kick specials, and the other one was like normal chaining. But neither of them would like drain your fucking. It would just be like a time limit. It wouldn't drain your V meter to do it either. I wish VT1 was two separate VTs and that both of them had like a lot more time to abuse them. Yeah, you get a combo and a half. I don't think that was a combo. I don't think you can combo into dash. I don't know if you can combo into dash straight or dash upper in this game. I don't know if like Stam Roundhouse light ducking into straight or upper. I don't know if that's a combo. I feel like it's not. I mean, you're still limited to 3 kick specials per combo, and you still gotta do very specific routes of her normal canceling. Well, not very specific, but you're forced to stop once you get to the heavies. So I don't think it would be that bad. It'd basically just be like G. G activates and then he just fucking puts you in block stun for a long ass time. It's like, hey, I want to have a turn for a long time, okay? Thanks. I don't like any trigger where it just becomes like the round just stops for a little bit while the opponent's got the trigger active. There's a few triggers like that. Not a whole lot. Definitely Minot's VT1. It just becomes Minot's turn for like 20 seconds. G has that a little bit. It's like not a broken trigger. It's okay. It's his better trigger. It's one of the better triggers in the game. I don't mind it from a balance standpoint. But any like V trigger where you've literally like no matter how good you're doing, you've got to just stop as soon as the opponent activates. You can be on the verge of a fucking perfect against Minot, and you've just got to like you can't keep going once she activates because she can just block while fucking releasing an orb on you. I've been saying that since I saw it. The ceiling is so high on Minot's VT, and it lets you do so much fucking bullshit. You can get so many like errant hit into like big combo. You can get such dirty resets out of it too. Instant air short stuff. Stuff with her standing overhead. Stuff with orbs landing on the opponent as you're jumping over the opponent. Yeah, like both of Ibuki's VTs kind of abruptly stop the round for a little bit. Well, it depends on how she's using them. VT2 she does raw a lot more often than VT1. Um, it just you have to like just let Ibuki's trigger play out, but it doesn't take very long. It takes like a fucking couple seconds and that's it. And it's also easier to fucking not you know get opened up. One of the things about Monot's VT1 that lets you use it twice per round, people always say that one. I mean, technically you can use any 2-bar VT twice per round. The thing about Monot's that makes it more practical is the fact that you can use all the VT bar up in one go. And it's not even horrible to do so. In just like the fucking combo plus the follow-up mix up. Or even just the first combo. You can just activate it in as soon as you get VT, like, a VT stored. And it's almost never a bad idea to do so. And then once it's activated, you're not going to lose any health until you fucking used up the VT if you're good. And then, ooh, this is very nice. He did the Crota. Nice decision from Dudley, actually. He did the beginning of the Crota. Like, a lot of characters, their VTs are good, but they can't, they can't use it up quickly. Cody's a good example of that. That's actually not a bad idea from Dudley. It worked pretty well there. Cody can't do anything to, like, get rid of his fucking... Even if he could, it like, wouldn't be good to. Cody can't do anything to get rid of his VT2. Like, once it's on, it's on. I guess you could reflect a shit ton of reversals. I mean, fireballs. I feel like it's fairly... I feel like you should just be able to build V-meter while your V-trigger's up, to be honest. I know they want, like, a balance of, like, do I do this or do I not? Because I'm getting something, but I'm losing something. But I just wished it stored up, like, how much V-meter you were building while your V-trigger was on. Like, yeah, activating V-trigger can just take all of your V-meter, and then you can't V-reverse for a little while. But you can build more. Both Zeku's V-triggers are like the strength that I want V-triggers to be. They're both like pretty minimal to his fundamental character design. They're both like helpful. Neither one's that bad. I mean, they're like worse than almost every V-trigger in the game, really. But like you use both of them. It's not like you avoid either of them. And they're not horribly balanced against each other. I think VT1 is still generally better in most matchups. But if you want to be a VT2 Zeku, you can. But what they actually both do is so modest, it doesn't really make you feel like you're fucking, it's not that bad. You're fighting a Zeku with a new combo route. You don't have to change the way you fight him that much. If it's VT2 Zeku, you can't just hold up forward against him. A push block that costs your most valuable resource. To be fair, white damage is real damage in SF5. Doing 60 white damage is pretty great. And also I like the depth of punishing V-reverse, because V-reverse is pretty easy to do but pretty hard to punish. So I like when I see someone have like a V-reverse punish. If every character's V-triggers were like Zeku's V-triggers, I'd like that a lot. I think I agree with this almost, like, I think I agree with every little word in this post. That's like my exact opinion. I don't want to watch another entire SF3 video. Let's just watch a little alpha. I'm an EX. No, I don't want those things. What do you actually feel about Ibuki in the SF5 versus 4 versus whatever? Since you apparently play them all. 3. I'd rather have SF5 Ibuki personally, and then 3, and then 4. 4 is like my least favorite. like 5, then 3, then cross Tekken, then 4. These low ass dive kicks. Sim's pretty great in this game. He's probably like a high tier character or a top tier. I don't remember, but I think he is. Ooh, this can kill. Oh, he went for it and he missed it. He went for the right combo, but he dropped it. Not fair. Alright, fucking pull. Damn, that's the reverse of me. Yes, this game has corners. All levels have corners, despite appearing to be infinite. She's in the corner right now. The stages are a little bit narrow. Dulcim's in the corner. Dear Legend, punish it. Oh. Was that really a punish? It looked like it. Fucking incredible. Get another jump Renos there. Oh, we missed some frames. What's going on? This isn't me. This is the recording. We'll never know what happened there. I heard an Excel, anyway. A single throw wastes like your whole Excel, but also the opponent's not going to be fucking ready for that throw. They're not going to tech it. This is Sim. This is Sim. This is why Sim's a great character. Do another. Oh. You have another slide into blast there, but it's hard. Yay. Yoga. It's a fucking Sharon. And it's a Kyrie. Both these characters are very uncommon in this game. I think they're both low tier. The gun! She loaded! She can spend 1 bar to load a bullet. And then spend another bar to shoot the bullet. It's not really that great for being a 2-bar super. You think it would be better than it is. It's pretty easy to land. It's like neutralizes a lot of characters. A lot of characters have like zoning that she can just shoot through. Since it's literally like a bullet. It pierces all fireballs and it goes full screen almost instantly. Very nice. Very nice again. Oh, that's it. Does she keep the bullet between rounds? She does. Why does she load the gun bullets one at a time? That's like remarkably fair of her. And why does it cost chi? Or whatever the fuck meter is. That Yun command grab. Love this stage. Oh, if that wasn't a back-chained opponent, that probably would have comboed. The fuck kind of shitty combo was that? I want to see her fire the bullet. She's got the meter. Only need 1. It does about the damage of a 1-bar super, to be honest. It's like a little bit higher. Her level 3 is a machine gun. Damn, that's gross. I'm not even sure if that's unsafe. Didn't look like it. She might be able to activate Excel, and then she'd be able to punish the super, or no super. Oh my god, that looked so unfun to fight. Look at all Sharon's meter. This guy just builds meter so fast because he's whiffing specials all the time. I like everything about Rosso except his tier. Oh, the link. Shoot him with a bullet. Oh. I'm pretty sure he could activate an Excel and then meet Kyrie midair. Parries and meaty fireballs. What's funny is almost every game that has the one doesn't have the other. That was the fucking demon. Thank demon setup. D-Dark. D-Dark is basically Guile, but instead of a fucking Sonic Boom, he has a projectile that doesn't move. He has Aegis Reflector. He's a one-hit Aegis. With D-Dark. Guile with a one-hit Aegis. They say a fireball is good for how long it controls the screen. Explosive fucking controls the screen all the time it's sitting there. D-Dark is one of the more interesting EX characters, both in terms of visual design and in terms of gameplay. He's pretty simple, but his entire strategy works pretty well together. And there's decent depth to him, especially with the Excel routes. That can be a cross-up or not. Garuda avoided the entire mix-up just by the DP. That's so weird that he's tied to Rolento, of all characters. Since Rolento himself is like not a Street Fighter character. That's like the weirdest part of it. Rolento's not in the game, and he's like a Final Fight character. And yet he's the one responsible for D-Dark's fucking family's murder. And he's the one D-Dark's got a grudge against. Never been in a game together. Imagine if when they introduced like Laura, it was like she's always fucking hated 12. Be like, huh? Why? The Capcom Fighters Network did profiles for the EX characters. You can take that as you will. But I don't think we'll probably see any of them in a while, if ever. That's New Human Way. I'm gonna watch all this archive. I'm tired as hell, and I'm only 10 minutes in. Who's evil besides Bison? Is that what we're asking? I don't know. Vega is a murderer. Most of the characters aren't really evil. A lot of them are just kind of selfish. And all the villains are like, they've got their own motivations. Gil's apparently not so evil. Urian is questionably quite evil. 12 is a literal killing machine, but you might call that true neutral. It's just what he's told. Jury's always had her own motivations. She hated Bison too. Maybe Seth as well, depending on which ending you consider to be canon. Nice. Excels the counter. Oh, okay, so counting. Excels the counter to guard breaks. You can just get out of the way of a guard break, but you can spend 1 bar to get huge damage on it. Fong seems to be pretty evil. Gen was once evil, but is no longer. I believe is the canon. Akuma is apparently not evil, or that's what they tell us anyway. Both Akuma and Ryu are just like, I'll do anything for more power. Evil Ryu. So neither of them are actually that evil, ironically. They don't go around doing bad things. Well, Evil Ryu doesn't go around doing anything because there's no lore associated with him because he doesn't exist. Evil Ryu's one time existing was to commit an act of vengeance, so I'd call that like a little bit evil. DJ was evil in the movie. I don't know, see, he's a pretty sketchy guy in general. Always smiling like that. I haven't seen this level 3 in forever. What the hell are Honda's motivations? His motivations are fucking do sumo around the world and eat Chonko stew. He has no character. His motivation is I want to make you block these 100 hands, but also I want to grab you. I have no strong opinion on Ken and Smash. I'm glad he made it. Good for Ken. Nikali eats strong people. It's questionable how evil he is. He might just be a force of nature. It seems evil-ish. We don't actually know that he eats people either. That's just like the legend in his story mode. And he seems to want to fight strong people. And also he can turn into mud. Blanca's pretty cool. Nikali is probably the biggest wasted opportunity in all of SF5. Lore-wise, because there's a lot of wasted opportunity in other components of the game. So that was level 3. It's stupid, but there were things I liked about it. Ryu and Ken were both kind of badass. Charlie and Nash were great. Hey, it's you, my dead friend. Let's cross our arms and stand next to each other looking badass. It was cute, honestly. Both Charlie and Nash are like, I'm too hardcore to tell you how much I care about you. So they just stood there looking hardcore together. Yeah, the Kimmy Jury Vega stuff was all kind of fun. I didn't like most of the Kareen parts. Kareen and Brady weren't super interesting. Mika and Ibuki were kind of cute, I guess. Yes, Charlie should have killed Bison. Would have made the story so much better. Ryu was just kind of shoehorned in, and Charlie died for nothing. Fong was great. Fong was amazing. Rashid was amazing. Those two made story mode. They made it all worth it. And what's the best part is you got one as a hero and one as a villain. Both Nash and I mean not Nash. Both Rashid and Fong had like classic. There was like no scene that either of them were in that was bad. So all the time they were on the screen, you were having a good time. Ooh. The reminder that Rashid's friend literally had no name. You didn't like Alex's epic appearance in story mode? I really liked that you were fighting characters that weren't just the characters in the game. That really blew me away. I was laughing when I saw DiCaprio and Julie using signature moves from the games they're in. They put like a good amount of effort into making the dolls and the other characters. I had a fucking hilarious time when I fought Peter. That was funny. That was funny as hell. You just tell anyone could tell. It's like how much health does this character have? The dolls were one of the best parts for me. I didn't even play through Marvel Infinite story mode. There was a sword. I was like gonna draw a comic for that, to be honest. But I didn't. I was gonna like JoJo it up. I was gonna do her fucking swinging the sword, her like Nani, and then Geef, and then in front of Geef, Robo Geef, and him saying like I am Iron Man or like something like that. With the quotes. He says I am Iron Man because it'd be a JoJo reference in his song. What the hell was that? Oh my god, can this Ken do it? He's doing it. He's doing it. He's got the meter. Oh. But Persona is weeb Persona, what the fuck? If anything, Persona's more weeb than JoJo. Love that ender. Persona's legitimately one of the most fucking weeb series I can think of. It's like I struggle to think of a fucking video game at all. That's more weeb. Weebs play Disgaea, but I don't think Disgaea itself is weeb. Momon's a different kind of weeb. Touhou's weeb. Touhou's like extremely weeb. That's maybe the highest level of weeb. Which one? There's two. There's like Soku or whatever it's called. There's immaterial and missing power. How about hyperdimensional Neptunia? How weeb is that? I've been meaning to buy one of those games for ages just to see what's up. I don't know, I should just play the games in order or what? Oh no! Or which one I should play, if I'm only gonna play one. Oh, Summer Kaga is pretty weeb. I feel like it's Toho. I feel like Toho's the winner. Any Toho game. From the genre to the culture. Ooh, cool. These combos look so easy in Excel. All I know about Danganronpa is that sometimes characters die and it's traumatic. I don't like this stage. It's beautiful. And I like the water effects, but the fucking splashing. Oh, we did it too late. Nice stalling. Oh no. Sam Fair Swift. I think this match is the last one I'm going to watch before I go and nap. I did a few how to plays for SF4. I did B&B combo videos too. I did 7. I did the 5 Ultra characters plus Ryu and Cody. I was going to keep doing them forever, but I was like, I'm going to do the Ultra ones and the SF5 ones as well. But then interest in Ultra just died instantly once 5 came out. Everyone just stopped caring. No one wanted them anymore. This gives you a full super. Does a ton of damage. He went for that like it was all going to combo. But I've never actually seen an extension after that super. So that's pretty badass if that works. Yeah, I'm going to sleep.